What if a 3-year-old could name the exact location where he was murdered? What if a little girl was born with scars matching a fatal bus accident from before she existed? There are children around the world who remember dying, who remember other lives, who remember families they never met. These cases have been studied by top universities, documented by scientists, verified by researchers. So let's jump straight into the first case. And this one involves a murder that shocked an entire family. Number 5. Gopal Gupta remembers being shot. Imagine being 2.5 years old. A guest hands you a glass of water. Your parents ask you to clear the table. You refuse, not because you're being difficult, but because in your previous life you were wealthy. You had servants for that. This happened in Delhi, India in 1958, and what happened next would lead researchers to verify one of the most compelling reincarnation cases ever documented. Gopal Gupta was born August 26, 1956 in Delhi. His parents were middle class, normal family, normal life. Then one day everything changed. A family guest needed water. Gopal brought it. When asked to remove the glass, he became angry, very angry. "I will not pick it up," he said. "I am a Sharma." His parents were shocked. Sharma is a high caste surname in India, Brahmins, top of the social hierarchy. The Guptas were not Brahmins, they were Vishyas, the lower caste. What was their son talking about? Gopal insisted he was not really their son. He had another family, another life, in the city of Mathura, 160 kilometers away. Said his real name was Shaktipal Sharma. He owned a medicine company. Sukh Sanchirak, it was called. He had 2 brothers, a wife, big house with servants. But one of his brothers shot him, killed him, over money. That's how he died. His father did not know what to think. His friends advised him to investigate. One friend mentioned something strange. There actually is a company in Mathura called Sukh Sanchirak. His father decided to visit. He traveled to Mathura, found the company, spoke with the manager. The manager was stunned. Everything Gopal said was true. Shaktipal Sharma was real. He did own the company with his brothers. He was shot dead by his youngest brother in 1948, 8 years before Gopal was born. The manager contacted Shaktipal's widow, Subhadra Devi. She wanted to meet this boy. When Subhadra visited Delhi, Gopal refused to speak with her. He ignored her completely. His parents were confused. Later, his father asked why. Gopal said he was angry, very angry. In his past life, he had asked Subhadra for money to give to his brother, to calm him down. She refused. Days later, his brother killed him. He blamed her, even now, even in this new life. In March 1965, Gopal visited Mathura. He was 9 years old. He led the way to Shaktipal's house. "This is my house," he said. He recognized Shaktipal's 2 sisters. He identified photographs of Shaktipal's father. "That's my father." A photo of Shaktipal himself. "That's me." He walked to the location of Sukh Sanchirak. He pointed to the exact spot where the murder happened. Shaktipal's family confirmed everything. 1 month earlier at a wedding, Gopal had pointed to a bearded man. "That's Brajendrapal," he said. "My brother who killed me." The man was indeed Brajendrapal. He had grown a beard since the murder. But Gopal recognized him anyway. Dr. Ian Stevenson from the University of Virginia investigated. He interviewed both families separately. The Sharma family was wealthy, high caste. The Gupta family was poor, lower caste. There was no connection between them. No way for fraud, no motivation. The Sharmas gained nothing from accepting Gopal, yet the evidence was overwhelming. Gopal knew private details, family secrets, business information, things only Shaktipal would know. Even at age 15, Gopal still remembered, still felt he was Shaktipal trapped in a child's body. So what happened? How did a boy in Delhi know intimate details about a man killed before he was born? A man from a different city, a different family, a different caste. Stevenson verified dozens of facts, interviewed countless witnesses, found no normal explanation. Did Shaktipal's consciousness somehow transfer to Gopal? An absolutely fascinating thought. If you're enjoying this video, we'd really appreciate a like and a subscription. Number 4. Chanai and the teacher's gunshot wounds. What you're about to hear involves a boy born with 2 mysterious marks on his head, one small and round on the back, one larger and irregular on the front, marks that exactly matched bullet wounds from a murder that happened 5 years before he was born. This case became famous because a respected scientist, Carl Sagan, said it deserved serious study. Chanai Choomalaiwong was born in Thailand in 1967. From birth, He had 2 birthmarks, one on the back of his skull. Small, circular, one above his left eye. Larger, jagged, irregular. His family thought nothing of it at first. It's just birthmarks. Many children have them. But when Chanai turned 3, everything changed. He began talking about his other life, said his name was Buakai, he was a teacher. One day while riding his bicycle to school, someone shot him from behind. He died instantly. He described his parents, his wife, his 2 daughters. He gave their names. He said they lived in a village 15 miles away, in Kopra. He begged his grandmother to take him there, to see his real family. His grandmother thought he was imagining things. Chanai was insistent, desperate. He cried. He pleaded. Finally, she agreed. They took a bus toward Kopra. When they arrived, Chanai led the way, through streets his grandmother had never visited, to a house she had never seen. An elderly couple lived there. Chanai ran to them. "These are my parents," he said. They were shocked. Who was this child? Why did he know them? The couple's son was named Bua Kai Lonak. He had been a teacher. 5 years earlier, he was riding his bicycle to school. Someone shot him from behind. He died on the road. The murder was never solved. The details matched exactly what Chanai had described. The family invited Chanai to return. They wanted to test him, to see if he really was Buakai reborn. When Chanai came back, they showed him various objects. Some belonged to Buakai, others did not. Chanai picked out Buakai's possessions perfectly. Every single one. He recognized Buakai's daughters. He called them by name, the younger one by her nickname, a name only family used. He insisted the daughters call him father. If they refused, he would not speak to them. He acted like their father, not like a child. He expected respect, expected to be obeyed. Here's what makes this case extremely eerie. Dr. Ian Stevenson investigated. He spoke with Buakai's family about his death. His wife remembered what the doctor said. The entry wound was small, on the back of the head. The exit wound was large, irregular, on the forehead. Typical gunshot pattern, shot from behind. These wounds matched Chanai's birthmarks exactly. Same locations, same shapes, same sizes. One small circular mark on the back of his head, or one large irregular mark on his forehead. Dr. Stevenson photographed the birthmarks when Chanai was 11. Family said when Chanai was born, the front mark was lower, right on his forehead. As he grew, it migrated upward, but it was always there, always matching the exit wound that killed Buakai. The probability of this happening by chance, astronomically small. 2 birthmarks, matching 2 gunshot wounds. On a boy who remembers being shot, who knows details of the victim's life, who recognizes the victim's family, Buakai's family fully accepted Chanai as Buakai reborn. When Chanai visited, they treated him as family, as the man they had lost. The father and husband, they still mourned. To this day, the case remains unexplained. How did Chanai know about Buakai? How did his birthmarks match wounds that occurred 5 years before his birth? Who knows? It's an extremely fascinating thought. What comes next is so unbelievable that you'll probably want to listen to it at least twice. Number 3. Purnima born with proof on her skin. Picture this. Little girl is born with large birthmarks across her chest. From age 3, she talks about being a man, an incense maker, killed by a bus. She describes the factory, the brands, the family. Everything, then researchers verify it all, including finding autopsy records showing the bus crushed the man's chest. In exactly the same location as her birthmarks, this case from Sri Lanka shocked even skeptical scientists. Purnima Ekanayake was born in 1987 in Bakamuna, northern Sri Lanka. Her father was a school principal. Her mother was a teacher. Purnima was born with prominent birthmarks on the left side of her chest, light-colored. Irregular shaped, large. From the time she could speak, she said strange things. People who drive over people are bad persons. Do you not also think that persons who cause accidents are bad people? Her mother was confused. Why would a small child say this? When Purnima was 3, she told her mother something chilling. Do not think about this accident. I came to you after such an accident. Her mother asked if she went to a hospital. Purnima said no. A heap of iron was on my body. She said a big vehicle hit her, killed her. That's how she died. That's how she came here. Then Purnima started giving specific details. She had been a man. She made incense. The brand names were Ambiga and Getapicha. She worked with family members. She had a wife named Kasumi. Her mother's name was Simona. She had 2 younger brothers. She lived across the river from Kelanea Temple. She attended Rahula School, completed 5th grade. One day, while riding a bicycle to sell incense, a bus hit her. She died instantly. Purnima's family had no connection to Kelanea. That's 145 miles away. They had never been there, never knew anyone from there. But when Purnima saw Kelanea Temple on television, she became excited. That's the temple near my home. Her father hired a new teacher. The teacher's wife lived in Kelanea. The teacher decided to investigate. He went to Kelanea, asked about incense makers, found 3 small family businesses. One of them made Ambiga and Geta Picha incense. The owner's brother-in-law was named Jinadasa Pereira. Jinadasa made incense, rode a bicycle, was killed by a bus in September 1985. 2 years before Purnima was born, the teacher was stunned. Everything matched. Purnima's family visited. Purnima recognized Jinadasa's mother, his wife, his brothers. She called them by name. She knew private family details. She knew about the business, the factory layout, the incense-making process. Technical details a little girl should not know. Jinadasa's family accepted her. She was Jinadasa, reborn. They were certain. Dr. Erlander Haraldsson investigated. He was a professor from Iceland, a researcher specializing in reincarnation cases. He recorded Purnima's statements before meeting Jinadasa's family. 20 specific claims. Then he verified them. 14 were completely accurate. 3 could not be tested. 3 were wrong. But 14 verified facts. From a girl who had never been to Kelanea, never met the family, never knew Jinadasa existed. Here's what makes this totally insane. Haraldsson obtained legal documents from Jinadasa's death, the court case, the autopsy report. The bus driver was sued for careless driving. The autopsy showed the bus drove diagonally across Jinadasa's chest, breaking ribs on the left side, puncturing lungs, leaving diagonal injuries from right shoulder across to left lower abdomen. Purnima's birthmarks were in the exact same location, matching the fatal injuries precisely. Additionally, Purnima remembered something even stranger. She said after the accident she floated in darkness for a few days. She watched people mourning. She saw her body. Then she felt drawn somewhere. She closed her eyes. When she opened them, she was here, born again. This memory of the in-between state appears in about 20% of reincarnation cases. Children describing what happens between death and rebirth, an absolutely fascinating thought. Number 2. Kemal crosses 500 miles in 50 years. What if a 6-year-old Muslim boy in southern Turkey suddenly started remembering being a wealthy Christian merchant in Istanbul? Not just vague memories, specific details about a man who died 50 years earlier, 500 miles away, a man the boy had never heard of, in a city he had never visited. This case was so well documented that researchers recorded the boy's statements before verifying anything, making fraud impossible. Kemal Atasoy was born in 1991 in Hatay, Turkey, southern Turkey, near the Syrian border. His family were Alevi Muslims, middle class. His father was an accountant. Normal childhood, normal life. Then at age 2.5, Kemal started talking about another life, another family, another place. He said he lived in Istanbul, in a house by the Bosphorus water. He had been wealthy, very wealthy. He owned a large house in a neighborhood called Sengelköy, described his house in detail. Location, layout, features. He said his wife's family name was Jordan, gave names of people he knew, friends, business associates. He talked about his work. He was a merchant. He dealt in goods. He traveled. He had money, servants, respect. Then one day someone shot him in the chest. He remembered the pain, the gun. It's the moment of death. He died at age 61, not 59, 61. He was very clear about this. His parents listened, but did not believe. They told no one outside the family, but Kemal was insistent. He drew pictures of his house. He described the Bosphorus view, talked constantly about Istanbul, about his old life, about wanting to go back. His parents thought it would fade. It did not. At age 6, Kemal was still remembering, still describing details, still insisting this was real. A researcher named Jürgen Kiel heard about the case. Keel worked with Dr. Jim Tucker from the University of Virginia. They investigated reincarnation cases worldwide. Keel traveled to Hatay in April 1997. He interviewed Kemal, recorded everything the boy said. Names, places, details, all documented before any verification. This is critical. It prevents false memories, prevents contamination, prevents fraud. Keel then traveled to Istanbul, 850 kilometers away. He began searching, using only Kemal's information, no other leads. He contacted the Greek Orthodox Church. They confirmed that decades ago, many Greek Orthodox families lived in Sangolkoy. One of them might match. Keel searched records, old documents, census data. He found a man named Karakas, a wealthy Christian merchant. He lived in Sangolkoy. His house overlooked the Bosphorus. His wife's family was named Yordan. He died in the 1940s. Everything matched. But here's what makes this case absolutely fascinating. Karakas died in 1940, according to his death certificate, age 59. But when Keel dug deeper, he found old census records. They showed Karakas was born in 1903, not 1905, as the death certificate claimed. That meant he died at age 61. Exactly what Kemal had said. The death certificate was wrong. Kemal was right. 6-year-old boy corrected a 50-year-old official document. Keel showed Kemal photographs of the Bosphorus area. Kemal recognized locations. He pointed to buildings, 2 streets, identified the area where his house had been. He was 8 years old at this point. Some memories were fading, but core details remained. When shown a photo of Karakas's house taken from across the water, Kemal became emotional. That's it. That's my house. He believed he could identify which room was his. The distance between lives was unusual. Usually, reincarnation cases involve nearby locations. Within a few miles, Karakas and Kemal were separated by 500 miles. The time gap was also long, 50 years. Most cases have shorter intervals, but the evidence was undeniable. Kemal had a birthmark on his chest. He said it matched where he was shot. The wound that killed him. Karakas died of a gunshot wound. No autopsy was available to confirm exact location, but the birthmark was there, visible for years. Then it faded. So how did a Muslim boy in southern Turkey know detailed information about a Christian merchant who died in Istanbul 50 years earlier? Information not available online, not in books, not accessible to anyone. How did he correct an error on an official death certificate? To this day, the case remains unexplained. Who knows? Ready for the finale? Then listen closely now. Number 1. Ryan and the Hollywood agent nobody knew. What you're about to hear might be the most verified reincarnation case in American history. A 4-year-old boy in Oklahoma began having nightmares, screaming, holding his chest, saying his heart exploded in Hollywood. Then he pointed to a man in an old photograph. That's me. The man was an extra in a 1932 film. No name, no credits, no way to identify him, till researchers spent months tracking him down and verified 55 specific facts the boy should never have known. Ryan Hammons was born in 2004 in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Christian family. His father was a police officer. His mother was a county clerk. Normal American family. When Ryan was 4, he started having terrible nightmares. He would wake up screaming. He would clutching his chest, saying his heart exploded, saying he was in Hollywood when it happened. He was dying. His parents were terrified. What was happening to their son? Then Ryan started talking. During the day, calm, clear, detailed, he said he used to be somebody else. He lived in Hollywood. He was big, important. Now he was little. He hated being little. He wanted to go home, to Hollywood, to see his other family. Talked about dancing on Broadway, traveling to Paris, meeting Rita Hayworth, working at an agency where people changed their names. He said he had been married 5 times. He adopted 3 sons. He gave them his name. His mother, Cindy, was Baptist. She did not believe in reincarnation. But Ryan was so insistent, so detailed, so distressed. She decided to help. She got books about Hollywood from the library. Maybe seeing pictures would help him process whatever this was. They looked through the books together. Then Ryan saw a photograph, still from a 1932 movie called Night After Night. Several men in the shot. Ryan pointed to one. That's George. We did a movie together. George Raft, the famous actor. Then Ryan pointed to another man in an overcoat, scowling. On the right side of the photo, that guy is me. That's who I was. Cindy was shocked. The man Ryan identified was an extra. No name in the credits, no identification in the book, just a face in a crowd scene. How could she find out who he was? She contacted Dr. Jim Tucker at the University of Virginia. Tucker had been investigating reincarnation cases for years. He agreed to help. He brought in a film archivist, someone who specialized in old Hollywood. The archivist searched, researched, investigated, finally found the answer. The man's name was Marty Martin. Marty Martin was born Morris Kalinsky in 1903, Philadelphia, son of Ukrainian Jewish immigrants. He had 2 sisters. He moved to New York, danced on Broadway, tap dancing, then moved to Los Angeles. Changed his name to Marty Martin, tried to make it as an actor. Failed. Had bit parts, extra roles, nothing big. Eventually gave up acting, started a talent agency. The Marty Martin Talent Agency. It became successful, very successful. He married multiple times, 4 times total, had 1 biological daughter, 5 stepchildren. He traveled extensively, Paris, Europe. He loved it. He died in 1964, 40 years before Ryan was born. Dr. Tucker verified Ryan's statements, 55 specific details, the number of times Martin was married, the adopted sons, the Broadway dancing, the Paris trips, the talent agency. The street name where he lived, North Roxbury Drive. It had the word rock in it, just like Ryan said. Even small details checked out. Ryan mentioned a friend named Wild Bill Elliott, cowboy actor who did cigarette commercials. Courts confirmed Martin represented an actor named Gordon Nance. Stage name Wild Bill Elliott. He did Viceroy cigarette commercials. Everything Ryan said was true. But here's what makes this case totally insane. Ryan said he died at age 61, but Martin's death certificate said 59. Tucker thought this was a mistake. It's an error in Ryan's memory. Then Tucker found old census records. They showed Martin was born in 1903, not 1905. The death certificate had the wrong birth year. Martin actually died at 61. Ryan was right. Again, a 4-year-old boy corrected a legal document. Tucker arranged for Ryan to meet Martin's daughter. She was 8 when her father died. Now she was in her 50s. Ryan was 10. They met. Ryan recognized her. He knew things about her childhood, about her father, private things. She was convinced. That's my father. I don't know how, but that's him. Ryan even showed behaviors from Martin's life. He loved old movies. Big band music from the 1940s and 1950s. He wanted to study Judaism. His Christian parents were confused, but Martin was Jewish, Ukrainian Jewish heritage. As Ryan grew older, the memories faded. By his teenage years, most were gone. He remembered having them, but the details blurred, the emotions softened. This is typical. Most children stop remembering past lives by age 7. Ryan held on longer, but eventually even he let go, yet the evidence remains. 55 verified facts, documented before verification, witnessed by researchers, filmed by television crews, confirmed by family members, checked against public records. So what happened? Did Ryan somehow access Marty Martin's memories? Did consciousness transfer from one body to another across 40 years of time? Or is there another explanation nobody has discovered? A thought that is as fascinating as it is terrifying, because if it happened to Ryan, it could happen to anyone. Maybe it already has. Maybe some of us carry memories we don't understand, from lives we don't remember, from people we used to be. Absolutely fascinating. So what do you think? Are these cases proof that reincarnation is real? Can consciousness survive death and move to a new body? Or is there a scientific explanation we haven't found yet? Which case fascinated you the most? Gopal Gupta, knowing he was murdered by his brother. Born with birthmarks matching gunshot wounds. Purnima's scars matching a bus accident autopsy. Kemal remembering a life 500 miles away. Or Ryan correcting historical records about a Hollywood agent nobody knew. Write it in the comments. We're excited to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, we'd really appreciate a like and a subscription. Thank you so much.